Hey everybody, Joe, We the People Firearms Academy in St. Charles, Illinois. Today, I'm here to talk to you because you bought a brand new AR15 and you want to know, what do I do next? Because you're planning on taking, rifle class with me. You want to go out and shoot it, want to learn how to shoot it? Hey, let's do it, man. Got rifle classes all the time in the spring, summer, and fall. It's, my favorite times. We can go outside. We get to spend all day outside shooting rifles. I love it. So, that said, what do you do right after you buy your AR-15, all right? First thing you need to learn is the acronym SLOT, okay? That stands for Sling Light Optic Training, okay? Those are the 4 things you need to get whenever you buy a new rifle, new AR, okay? So, definitely need a sling, all right? You need to transfer the pistol. You need to go hands on with somebody, hands off the rifle, hands on the person. You want to be able to sling that thing over your shoulder or just drop it or whatever and keep retention of it. You need that sling on there, all right? Next, get a light on there. I'm not a stickler about brands or anything like that. Don't spend, $80 on Amazon and expect to get a decent light, okay? I've got a number of different lights on mine. I've got some Surefires, some Clouds. I've even got an O-light or two. So I'm not going to be a stickler as far as, what light you got on there. As long as it's easy to recharge, it's LED, whether or not you have a pressure pad on there is completely up to you. But just remember, just like there are negligent discharges with your rifle, there can also be negligent light discharges. If you are clearing your house in the middle of the night, well, you shouldn't be clearing your house in the middle of the night, but if you are defending your house in the middle of the night and you accidentally put your hand on that pressure pad and light is emitted, now the bad guys know you're on to them. So it's something you really need to practice with, okay? So if you do want to run a light on there with a pressure pad, please bring that to the class so you can work on where to keep your hands, where to put your hands, things like that, all right? After your light, and this is, by the way, this is in no means you have to buy this before this, before this, before this, all right? Get it all right? Next, you want to throw an optic on there. Whether, you want to get just iron sights, if you want to put a red dot on there, it's completely up to you. Personally, I'm a huge fan of red dots. I have I am cross-eye dominant, okay? So it is hard for me to use an LPVO and be able to pick that up. Now, also for home defense, I'm not going to use an LPVO for home defense. All right, so personally, big fan of red dots. Whether or not you want to throw a magnifier on there, cool. You want to reach out and touch somebody, awesome. They're great for competitions. However, if you're doing home defense, you got a magnifier on there and you're capping bad guys off at 300 yards, you're going to have some splaining to do to the DA, all right? So whatever you want to get. Again, not a stickler on those. I've got some aim points. I've got hollow suns. So I kind of run the gamut between, top and, I'm not going to say bottom level, because honestly, hollow suns are great. Even though they're made in China, there's a lot of things I like about them. My hollow suns have, solar on top, so, they can run off solar. They can run off the battery if it's dark out. They have a really long battery life, just like the aim points do. By no means do the battery lives on the two compare. But it also has a shake awake technology. So I can leave it on all the time, and after 10 minutes, it'll go to sleep. As soon as it senses movement again, it'll turn itself on. Definitely love that. Got a couple different hollow sun models. I've got a couple different aim point models. Also got, what else do I have? I got some SIGs. a couple I'm forgetting, but I can't think of them all off the top of my head. Anyways, get some backup irons, get a good red dot, get a good whatever, right? If you want to do, make it an LPVO, cool. All right. So whatever works for you. There's not one size fits all, like, hey, I do this, so you have to do this, right? It's whatever is best for you and whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to run in competitions, if you're going for home defense, whatever the case may be. All right. And then get some training. Stop in for a rifle class. All right. We have them going on spring, summer, and fall. I don't do rifle classes during the winter because they are all outdoors. And if there's snow, I don't want a bunch of untrained people marching through a foot of snow carrying rifles or pistols for that matter. Okay. So, rifle 1, rifle 2, those are all going to be spring, summer, and fall classes. It is spring now, so we're going to start having those back on the schedule for the year. Find a date that works for you, sign right up, okay? Now, after we've gone through the acronym SLOT, all right, next thing you want to do is you want to clean your rifle. I don't care if it's especially if it's the first time you're going to use it since you bought it, right? When you buy a new rifle or an AR upper for that matter, okay, they're going to come with a lot of packing grease in there. All right, some might have grease, some might have lube. You definitely want to run a snake through the barrel, okay, because if you shoot your rifle before you clean it, all right, and there's grease or lube or anything in there, you'll get what can happen. And I'm not going to say this is going to happen 100% of the time, but it can cause hydrostatic pitting, all right, and that's going to affect the rounds. It's going to get worse over time, and so you're going to shorten the life of the barrel. Definitely want to clean your rifle top to bottom, right? Take the bolt carrier group apart, clean all that, clean the upper, clean the lower, lube it up, make sure it's got plenty of lube. The one thing that I see in a lot of intro classes is when we have failures with pistol or rifle, it's because guys out there didn't clean and didn't lube their guns, right? If you are trying to shoot a dry gun, you're going to end up with a lot of misfires. You're going to wind up with failures to extract, possibly some failures to fire. If that thing's not lubed, that upper's not lubed, that BCG's not lubed, you're going to get failures to fire because it's not going to go all the way forward and come in contact with the firing pin's not going to come in contact with the primer. So definitely clean your gun, lube your gun, whether it's a pistol or a rifle. Also gives you a good knowledge base for all the parts. To date, I don't have a AR cleaning video that I've done. I'll probably do one sometime in the near future, but there are plenty of them out there with a lot of different methods and things that guys use to clean their stuff. So find one that is legitimate and go from there, okay? Definitely don't forget to buy ammo. The confusing thing when it comes to ARs, right, is if you have an upper that can shoot 5.56, that means you can shoot 2.23 or 5.56 through it. If you buy one that is 2.23 only, you can only shoot 2.23 from it. Do not shoot 5.56 through there. However, if you get one that has a 2.23 wild barrel, you can shoot 2.23 or 5.56 through it. So confusing, I know. I'm not the one that came up with the rules, but that is how it is. So if you can, my two recommendations would be either go 5.56 or 2.23 wild. Whatever you choose as far as twist goes is up to you. Whether you want 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, whatever the case may be. that's, again, completely up to you. So other than that, get out there, have fun. Like I said, take a class, learn how to zero your rifle, learn how to, you know, get your rifle into position, set up your slings, everything like that. That's what we go over in Rifle 1. When we get into Rifle 2, now we're going to start getting into moving with your rifle and working around corners and all that kind of stuff. Also, when we open up our shoot house here in a couple months, you're going to be able to bring your rifle to the shoot house, use your rifle just like you're defending your home or clearing your home or something like that. You know, we'll swap out your BCG for the simunition stuff that we have. But yeah, I mean, honestly, so much fun. Stop by. I'll see you in a class, hopefully sometime soon. Link is down in the description. Until I see you guys next time, have fun and stay safe on the range.